Let's start with exercise A. Circle the correct form in each sentence. Did you remember to shut or shutting the window before it started raining? What do you think that you can write your answer in the chat or you can turn on your mic? What do you think about number 1? Do we use to shut or do we use shutting? Here I focus on the method. I don't focus on the way, not focusing on the time. So which one you're going to use? ثالث. Yes? We are in exercise A. Did you remember to shut or shutting the window before it started raining? Thank you, Rafif. Yes, to shut. As I told you here, we're going to focus on the way, not on the time. Number 2, he stopped to play or playing football after he hurt his knee. Stopped, the one with the stop is very easy. Did he stop to play or he stopped playing? Yes, thank you so much. Thank you, Jude, and thank you, Rafif. He stopped playing football after he hurt his knees. Number 3. If you haven't been able to get an answer from the boss on the phone, maybe you should try to send or sending him an email. What do you think?
To send.
Really? If you haven't been able to get an answer from the boss on the phone, maybe you should try. Yes, sending. Thank you, Rafif. Sending him an email. He will never forget to score or scoring that goal in the last minute of the game. He will never what? Forget to score, or he will never forget scoring that goal in the last minute of the game. Yes, it's in the past, so it's going to be scoring. Number 5. Ola, why don't you participate? It's very easy. Don't forget to email or emailing me the photos.
To email.
Thank you. Thank you, Raneem. Thank you, Rafif, to email me the photos. And the last one, number 6, which is we regret to inform or we regret informing you that your application has been declined.
Informing.
We regret. We're going to use the opposite. Yes, thank you, all of you, to inform you that your application has been declined. Easy, shall we move on? Okay. Okay, now here we have, I'm going to skip this question, question B. We're not going to do this question. Let's move on to exercise C. Exercise C. In exercise C, you're going to rewrite each sentence as a passive sentence. The job, for example, the job candidate did not expect the human resource manager to criticize him so harshly. So, as a passive sentence, whether with the gerund or with the infinitive, the job candidate did not expect to be criticized so harshly. Who criticized him? The human resource manager. So because I want to use the passive, والpassive كأنه مبني للمجهول, so I'm going to what? To skip the doer of the action, which is who's the human resource manager. So the job candidate did not expect to be criticized. You see, he used the infinitive, to be criticized. Now let's move on to number 1. You need to take out the trash. Who's the doer of the action? You. So I'm going to skip that. Just I can remove the doer of the action and I can write it now in the passive form. So what need to be taken? Hmm? Hatalis. We can say, starting from the end here, the trash mhm, needs, are you with me?
To be.
Maria?
To be taken out.
Thank you so much. The trash needs to be taken out by me, we can say, or we can stop here. So the trash needs to be taken out. This is in the passive form. Needs to be taken out. The verb and then to be with the past participle. Number 2. He expects the manager to promote him soon. Mhm. So Najia wrote, he expects to be promoted soon. Very good. He expects the manager. We're going to remove the manager. We don't need to know who's the doer. So we're going to say, he expects, very good, to be promoted soon. Number 3. I remember my father reading to me, when I was a child.
I remember being read to us as a
I remember.
child.
Very good. I remember being read to us, read to me as a child. Okay, let's move on. Number 4. He waited for his boss to invite him to sit down. So what can we say?
He waited to be invited to sit down.
He waited to be invited to sit down. We're going to remove the boss, so he waited to be invited to sit down. Thank you so much, Remo. Number 5. Alice, it's very easy. The machine or the mechanic needs to repair the car. Very good, Maria and Najia. The car needs to be repaired. By whom? By the mechanic. And the last one, many celebrities enjoy having photographers to take their pictures. How can we use that? We're going to remove what? The photographers. So, many celebrities hmm, we're going to remove the photographers. We don't know who take their pictures. So, many celebrities enjoy having their picture taken. Thank you, Rafif. Enjoy having their picture. So we don't know who did that, so that means it's in a passive form. Okay, easy. Did you write this down in your book? It's a very important exercise. Or take a screenshot. Okay. Now with but and we're going to use to and either. Remember when we said that if someone has done the same thing as someone else, we're going to use and that person does too. For example, if it's the opposite, then you're going to say either. So here we have as an example, John often volunteers in class and Alex does too. So we can write any name, by the way. They say that the name of the classmate. We can write any name. So let's say, for example, here we can write Afnan. Afnan lives close to school, but we can say Sarah. So he used but. It means that is Sarah the same as Afnan? She lives close to school?
No.
So give me your sentence, Thalith. But Sarah, Afnan lives close to school, but Sarah
does not.
Thank you so much, but Sarah does not. Okay. Number 2, we can say Ahmed. Ahmed was in school yesterday, and which means that someone else is the same as in Ahmed. We can write Sami. Sami what?
Was to.
Yes, Sami was 2. Very good. Number 3 is wearing blue today. We can say Rima. Rima is wearing blue today, but someone else is the opposite. We can say Jude, but Jude, Rima is wearing, but Jude, huh? How can I write the opposite?
Does not.
Not does. I have an auxiliary verb which is.
Wasn't.
Not was. The same
Oh,
auxiliary verb.
isn't.
Yes, isn't. Very good. If it was, just remember that if it was lives or plays, studies, that means that it's in the present simple. So when you want to make whether it's the opposite or it's a positive sentence, you're going to use does. But and Sarah does too, or but Sarah does not. If it was already there, like was and is, then you're just going to use them. Like here we can use Maria. Don't know if I write your name correctly or not. Maria never comes to class late, and someone else is the same. We can write Bayadir. And Bayadir never comes, you see, never comes. It's in the opposite. Sorry, it's a negative sentence, even though I used and, so never. Maria never comes to class late, and Bayadir, we're not going to say never comes to class late too. And Bayadir does not either. Because he said here never. That's why we're going to use it. Okay? Okay, please take a screenshot here so we can move on. Okay, we're going to skip this exercise. We're not going to do exercise E. So here, now we're done with the 3 grammar that we've taken yesterday, and we've done the exercise. Now I need to please to move on to page 86. Going to take this conversation, please pay attention. Yes? Ragad, you're asking me?
Your voice is glitching a little bit.
Oh,
Yes.
I don't know what is the problem. The whole time or just now? Okay, is it clear now?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, so please move on to page 86. We're going to take the conversation. I need you please to pay attention. I'm going to ask you some questions after we finish. Okay, just a minute.
Four. Conversation.
I don't know why the GPS can't find Lakeside Drive. I think we'd better stop and ask directions.
Don't worry, I'm sure I can find it. Let's try going this way.
I think we're lost. Look, there's a gas station. Let's pull over and ask someone.
Oh, all right.
You look lost.
You can say that again. We're looking for Lakeside Drive.
I know this town like the back of my hand, and I can tell you that there's no street by that name. Do you mean Riverside Drive?
Oh, yeah, that must be it. I just got the street name wrong.
Can you tell us how to get there?
It's not far. It's just over on the other side of town. You need to turn left out of here. Then go straight for a couple of miles. Keep going until you see an ice cream shop. If you pass Town Hall, you've gone too far. Take the first left after the ice cream shop, and you'll be on Riverside Drive.
Thanks.
I guess it's a good thing I suggested we stop for directions. We would have been driving in circles for ages.
Don't make a big deal about it. I'm sure I would have figured it out eventually.
Okay, so this was an easy conversation. Now, how do you think Faisal and Fahad react differently to being lost? What do you think? Which one of them was stubborn and he did not want to pull over to ask for directions?
Fahad?
Yes, Fahad. So he is the one, I think, no, it's Faisal. Because when Fahad asked Faisal that we should stop and ask for direction, he said, don't worry, I'm sure I can find it. Let's try going this way. So he was stubborn. He didn't want to pull over because he thinks that he knows the way. Until they stopped and they know what is the directions to the place that they are going to. Now here, when the attendant said, you look lost, and Fahad answered that, you can say that again. What is the meaning of this phrase or this sentence? You can say that again. Does that mean that he is literally wants him to say that again, or does that mean what?
I mean, he is right.
Yes, it means that he is very right. That's why he's saying that you can say that again. And then we're looking, he said that we're looking for Lakeside Drive. And he said, I know this town like the back of my hand. Again, does it mean literally? He knows the back of his hand, or it means that?
No,
What do you think
he
it
just
means?
memorized the.
Yes,
He
it means.
memorized every single street in
Yes, he
town.
memorized every single street. He knows all the places. That's why he said, I know this town like the back of my hand. Okay, and then we have it's not far. It's just over on the other side. Over here, we just use it to what? Over. You can find the meaning here.
Where, teacher?
Over. It's just over on the other side of the town.
Used to empathize
Emphasize.
location.
Yes, it's
Emphasize
used to
location.
emphasize location. كأنه عندما نوصف نحن مكان نقول هو هنا. نحن لا نقصد هنا. No, just to emphasize the location. So it's just over, it's the same thing. Okay? So here he said also, after they found the place, Fahad said, it's a good thing that I suggested to stop for directions. Otherwise, we would have been what? Driving in circles for ages. What does it mean for ages? Does that mean really for ages, for many years? Or it's just
For every long time, for a
for a
very
very,
long time.
yes, for a very long time. You will notice that also in movies. They say that I've been doing this thing for ages, or you've been doing this thing for ages. It means that you just took a long time. Doesn't mean literally for ages. And then the last one was don't make a big deal about it. What does it mean? Don't make big deal about it.
Make something small seem very important.
Yes, making something small seem very important, or making, we can say that a drama, make a big deal about it, and it's not that big a deal. Okay, here we have if you are able to travel and maybe you have to use English to ask for information about the directions. I think you have to be familiar with those phrases so you can use them. Let's say that you have a map in that place that you are in. Okay, if you want to ask for directions, you can say, am I headed in the right direction? Headed yani I'm going. Am I going in the right direction? Can you tell me how to get to? And then you say the name of the place that you want to get to. I'm looking for, you can say, I'm looking for anything, like your hotel or anything. If you want to give directions, you can say, and I think you should know because maybe we will have people here that they don't know how to speak Arabic. So you can say, go straight on until you get to, and if you see you've gone too far, keep going until you come to a crosswalk or to a set of traffic lights. Take a left or take a right, which means turn left or turn right. And when you get to, you will see, and then you're going to describe the whole street or the whole place for this person. Okay. Okay, I think we're done. Yes, we're done with the conversation, so I think we're done. Okay.